Hey guys, Tony Schumacher here, and you are watching American Athlete. Shut up and listen. You do not know everything. I wish I could go back and tell myself that as a kid. It's unbelievable how I thought I was a great driver so early. And you know, you get out 10 years go by and you go, man, I was terrible at that. So my dad drove a funny car when I was 5. We had a battery charger company, Schumacher Electric, and our house was in Park Ridge, Chicago. Had a quarter-mile driveway, ironically, with a race car shop at the end that was my dad's when he was racing. So anyone that wanted to get to any race in the Midwest, if they were racing in Ohio or Indianapolis or Chicago, when they were coming through, they'd stop at our shop. And you know, me as a kid, being able to watch cars get painted in our race car shop, the smells and the awesomeness of those machines, man, it was, you know, I was 10. I wasn't thinking, oh my God, I got to drive a Top Fuel car. I was thinking, when's the next time I can see this machine? Anyone that makes it into Top Fuel, their life is full of hurdles, you know, and it's basically, you got to be a good hurdler because, you know, there's a million things along the way that are trying to stop you, including your common sense, your finances, your parents, friends. You know, you think back and you go, man, I missed a lot of stuff to get here. That's all I ever dreamt of. And you don't even know you want to, because you haven't never tried it. The first time I ever got in a Top Fuel car, I had spent 10 years trying to get into one, and I got in that car, and when they started, it's terrifying. Because all these cars make 1,000 horsepower, 700 horsepower. Then you get in a car, and at the time, I think it was 8,000. And there's so much fear. Like, I cannot explain to you the amount of fear when you get in that car and you've talked yourself into the job. I called home, I'm like, Dad, you're not gonna believe this. I got hired. He's like, for what? I go, Top Fuel. He goes, now what are you gonna do? And I'm like, yeah, I didn't think that far ahead. Because now you gotta get in it and do it. And you're gonna go from 0 to 100 in 0.8 of a second, whether you like it or not. But I liked it, you know, because there's gotta be people that get out and go, nope, no. Not getting back in that car.
Get to the finish line, Tony Schumacher!
As a Top Fuel funny car driver, we spend our life telling everyone, get out there. If you've never seen this, it is the greatest show on earth. But it is hard to explain because people go, you're just going straight. Oh yeah, no, we're just going straight, but we're going 330 miles per hour in 3 seconds. And we're going straight because we don't want to die. We're going straight because the fear of not going straight is incredible. So we train and we practice, and these cars are awesome machines, and they do stupid things. We don't always go straight. You know, you watch them from the side, everything looks like it's going straight. From the back, almost never. I think Tony Stewart is a good example. Years ago, I was showing him one of my crashes. He goes, shouldn't you be preparing for something? And I go, for what? I mean, what am I gonna learn in the next 10 minutes that's gonna get me ready for what I'm about to do? If I don't know how to do it coming into the race, I don't belong in this. And he goes, that's when I knew I was out of the element of this sport. Like a road course guy can lay there and think left turn, you know, shift clutch, but I get it, you can study that stuff. This, we are gonna hit the throttle and react to what the car is telling us to do. There is no way to practice for that, just to do it over and over again. And I think guys like myself and Coletta and John Force, we have the most laps out here, and that helps us almost all the time. There's a few things going wrong. And even on a great run, you can look at it and go, well, this was wrong and this was wrong. Very seldomly is everything just smooth and the car went straight and the chutes were right and the brakes worked perfectly and you made the turn off and you got out and went, wow, that was easy. The first win was insane because I had been to 9 final rounds and lost every time. And it was 99, we were leading the points for the championship and had never won a race. And Bob Fry and the announcers kept announcing, he may go on and win the championship without winning a race. And we were down to just a few races. We were in Dallas, Texas, Ennis, Texas. And I was racing Scott Coletta in the final round and he was pulling away. And I was looking at him like, there it goes again, number 10. And then his car disappeared. And he smoked the tires and we won. And it was at the exact time, I guess, in my career where I needed a win. We got moved far enough ahead in the points where we had to show up at the last race and just qualify to be the champs. And I think it was something that taught me a lesson that lasted a lifetime. Was the adversity is there, it's real, get through it. You're not gonna win them all. Here's a greatest example. We've won, you know, high 80s races and lost hundreds. That is part of life. You are going to get beat. There will be a reason. You don't have to make up an excuse, but there will be a reason each time you got beat. Figure it out so you can make the winning the most and maximize it and keep the defeats down. But understand there are other great teams. There are other teams that are going to beat you for several reasons and several opportunities and are going to be laid out there, and you gotta figure out how to get through it. So for the kids listening, pay attention. The adversity is awesome. Enjoy it. Get through it and understand it's a big part of life.